testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3.
No, nothing.
Okay, just gone top of the hour. Okay, thanks for jumping on the call, guys. I'm trying out this new streaming audio or the streaming video software, and I have no idea if it's working properly. So my very first time I'm using it in a live environment just to test it. So can you guys on Zoom hear me at all?
Hey, Jason, it's Mike. I can hear you.
If you can just pop in the chat or something,
Perfect.
that'd be great, or just say hi or something.
Hey, Jason, it's Mike. I can hear you.
Excellent, Mike. I can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you very much for confirming that. So at least I know that Zoom is working. I'm streaming to Zoom from the software, so I know that's working. And I'm also going live to YouTube and Facebook. So I'm not sure how they are working, but worst case scenario, we still have the Zoom call. So I'm recording that as well. And then I'll post it later if it's an issue on the others. Good stuff, guys. I hope you've had a fantastic time off. You know, this is the first week where, you know, all the professional traders are really starting to get back to work. I know if we look at the calendar, we will see that, you know, December, you know, up until the 22nd, that's when I would imagine most of the professional traders actually stopped trading, because obviously you had Sunday, 23rd, 24th, Monday, 25. So this entire week between, you know, 25 to New Year, I mean, there's literally no, you know, all the banks and institutions, the high end, the professional traders are not actually trading. So some of them would have got back from, you know, last week, but you'll see from this week, the market's definitely going to pick up, and that is going to be, you know, that is going to be what's happening. I didn't have the damn calendar. You see, I'm still getting used to the software. So that's what it looks like. So, you know, as I said, 23rd. So those last 2 weeks have really been, you know, a bit sporadic trading with none of the real professionals actually in the market. So this week is definitely going to start seeing a lot more market activity, a lot more movement in price, which is going to be exciting. Good. So we normally start off with the signal charts. Now, for those reasonably new to the DTB system, you know, once you have installed the software, or once you have downloaded the script that comes with the DTB system, which is in your NinjaTrader 8 folder, this script over here has also just been updated. So if I go and I select this, it's got all the options there. So the very first time you're going to set up the DTB system, you're going to use number 7. But for every other time that you're going to be working with the system, it's basically just going to be using number 4. So this script is very important in a few different ways, because first of all, it's going to update all the latest templates. It's going to make sure that the latest assembly is in your folder. But it's also going to clear NinjaTrader. Now, NinjaTrader holds on to a lot of excess data that can be heavily corrupted. So this completely clears it out, and it also launches NinjaTrader in high priority. So, just make sure that it's running with the most resources dedicated to it. So it's the first of its kind. Nobody else has a script like this that does these things. And it's vitally important because you're making sure that your platform is actually set up properly from the beginning. So run the script. For all the members, there is an updated script in the OneDrive folder. And all that the new script does is it's basically just fine-tuned the setup. So before, whenever you updated the templates and the assembly, it kept the previous assemblies. It kept adding to the list of assemblies. So what I've done now is I've cleaned out all the old assemblies, and it's only going to download the latest one, and that's what's going to be there to import into NinjaTrader. Cool. So I'm not going to run this now, but that's what I've basically done. So I've run the script. I've opened up NinjaTrader, and I've actually gone and opened up a workspace. So if you go into your workspaces, you'll see there's a DTB indicator sample there. That's the one I've clicked on. And the great thing about that is it's going to bring up a workspace with these charts that have all been set up correctly from the beginning. So you have this the first chart. This is basically showing me the money. So if you go templates load on your chart, you will see all the templates listed there. And this first one that is on here is the show me the money template. So that's the signal chart combo 5, show me the money. So that is basically this template over here. And I've just loaded it on a 20 range chart. You obviously can load this on, on your 5-minute chart. You can load it on your DTB bars, which is obviously the best option. But because range bars are immediately available too when you get the system running, these have all been set up on range bars. The second one is another chart template. This one is the one that Paul created, which is called Take It and Run. So if you right click and you go to template load, you'll see that this one here is the signal chart combo, Take It and Run. Now, these two chart templates have been extremely well documented. So again, once you've run your script, you've got all the DTB folds in your computer. If you go into your NinjaTrader 8 folder, you're going to notice that it's got the DTB Traders folder there, and it's going to have a start here. And this is where you're going to see all those documents for the signal chart. So as an example, this is one of them, to show me the money template. And, as you page down, it basically, shows you exactly what you're looking at on the chart and how to actually trade it. And I actually live traded this as I was preparing this document. So first of all, I explained what we were seeing on there. And then I'm pretty sure, I entered some positions on here on my account, on my live account, actually, while I was preparing this. I saw some really powerful signals. I jumped in and basically traded this. So that document is there, as well as, a few of the others. So the signal chart combos are all there, as well as how to start with the DTB system and all that. So that's all very well documented for you guys and is all included with that script when you set it up. Okay, another one of these templates, it's just a few indicators that I've put together. So like this is our ultimate band with the shadow trading 0 line where it colors the bars. So just some good examples of what you can look at. Advanced retracement is another beautiful tool to work with. So all just good templates. This one here comprises all of the moving averages for different periods. So like you've got the 1 hour 20 simple moving average. You've got the 15-minute 50 simple moving average, 4 hour 20 simple moving average, previous days highs, previous days lows, opens, all that stuff is just there. So you can see those levels, as well as it also gives you the daily ranges. So it's telling you that currently today, the daily range is 31. Yesterday, the daily range was 243, and these are all points. It's telling you 3 days ago, that was the range, 5 days ago, 10, 20, and these can all be adjusted in the settings. So it's pretty cool. Here's another one here with our trade support, which is going to be showing you different values of, where the price is in relation to that trade support. We have got some volume numbers down the left. So that's something that we're going to look at in a moment. And this is another one where we are looking at the volume. So I just want to quickly look at the indicator on this one. I've done some work on this indicator over the break, which has been, quite an amazing thing to do. So volume analytics. Now, this volume analytics has been something that has been created using the NinjaTrader bars. Now, the NinjaTrader bars don't have too much use for actual live trading, but they do have a good use for the purpose of what I'm doing with them over here. So what we're basically doing is we are adding in different time frames of the NinjaTrader bars, and we are using those time frames to check the volume of those bars. So that's going to be listed over there, and you'll see that it's got a sync lines long and a sync line short. So as soon as the fifth bar has 9 green numbers or 9 red numbers in total, the coloring of the bar is going to change. So those are those values over there. And it will take, a while for them just to get going and reset and everything. But that is, what they are going to be doing. So very handy tool. You're gonna love working with that. I've also got a brick wall indicator in the back end here. So that's just showing you other support and resistance levels. So an immediate template that you can just load and and just watch the chart. It gives you a very good indication of what price is doing. And, you can work with the coloring of the bars for long entries, short entries. Look at what price is doing around the support and resistance levels. So as an example, on our last signal over here, you'll see that the bars went red, but we had a strong area of support over here. You see, so we had the brick wall indicator give us a level of support saying there's only if the price breaks through that level will the price go down. So obviously the price went up, started changing green, then you can start getting into long positions. It's the same with all of these. As soon as the support area gives you red bars, look where the breakout or look where the brick wall indicator is, then you can go short. And then as soon as the price comes and breaks through a brick wall, you can go long. So some really cool indicators to work on there. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to just change this chart. I'm going to duplicate this in a new tab. Okay. And I'm going to take off the indicator, which is the brick wall. If you give me a second, let me just get this going. So I'm going to take off the brick wall indicator, and that's because I'm going to be changing it to a 5-minute chart. So I'm going to pop this on to 5 minutes like this. Okay. So same thing that it's doing. It's still looking at the volume of the NinjaTrader bars, and it's painting the 5-minute bars accordingly. So that is pretty cool. I just want to take off this marker that I drew on the chart. And the next indicator that I'm going to pop on here is called the candle volume. So this indicator I did a little bit of work on too. And you'll notice that it is one of the first ones on the list because it's in alphabetical order. So I'm loading that one, and I'm going to pop on the 5-minute because we're on a 5-minute chart, you see. So I'm going to activate that, press OK. I'm going to add the font. So if you add on the font, if you're adding on the font, you will see that it's going to put a 5-minute block at the bottom. Okay. Now, what this does is it's telling you on the left, I see that this is a slightly different size. So let me just go into my indicator settings and just fix this up very quickly. Okay. So we have got 20 font. I think I can make this a little bit smaller. Let me make that into like a 14 font. Like that. And then I'm also going to make this into a 14 font, which it is already. And give that a moment to load. Okay, so zooming in a little bit, you will see that the very first column on the left, that is the volume for each of the bars that you're seeing. So as you can see, if I hold my middle mouse button down, you'll see the current bar is 123. The previous bar was 296, 313, 370, and so on and so forth. So this gives you the volume of each of the previous bars. So you can see, based on the coloring, whether it was up or down, bars. So the coloring of these numbers are going to say, this was an up bar, that was a down bar, down bar, down bar. So that's giving you a very clear indication of, what price is doing, what each individual bar is doing, and looking at on that chart. So even if you change this to a 1 minute chart, okay, it's still going to give you the 5 minute bar. So you'll see on the left, it's still showing the 5 minute bars, but you're on a 1 minute chart. So this could also be a way of jumping into entries a little bit earlier, because you're starting to see when those bars are green, according to the volume on the 5 minute bar. Obviously, you can change the indicator to be, any minute bars that you want. So, going back into the indicator settings, you will see that the candle volume, we've got it as a 5 minute. You can go and change that to any value. So it's a handy little thing to have the show period font, the bottom right, because that tells you which volume bar you are actually analyzing in your first column over here. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. And, you're going to notice you're going to be able to make some really effective trading decisions on this. Maybe not use it directly on its own. And you can add the shadow trading to this without the paint bars. That's a good thing to work with. So yeah, some good little feature updates that I've done with this, just giving you a lot of clarity on what price is doing. So, definitely work with this, especially if you're new to the system. You just want to see what the signal charts look like. My absolute favorite signal chart is the show me the money one. And as you can see, these arrows are plotting, as the price closes, those bars, the arrows are closing on the bars. You've got your breakout markers, which are appearing on each tick. So these are being left behind, giving you good indication of when to buy, when to sell. There's the support and resistance levels there. So extremely, extremely powerful to work on. And, there's the other one there. So definitely look at a few of your signal charts, decide for your manual trading when you want to start trading. But these signal charts can also be used when starting an automated strategy, or even choosing direction bias on an automated strategy. And, that one we'll look at in a moment. So before we jump into our game plan for the week ahead and what we're going to actually do for the week ahead, let's quickly look at the like the Modena Wick Trader strategy, because that is a strategy that I've done some work on, and I did produce a little video on this, a few days ago. I just want to yeah, I just want to keep checking this chat's over here. Okay. All right. Yeah, so streaming quality is not good. It should be good, but it's okay. I'm recording this on the software here too. So I'll find the best version and obviously share that. And I'm getting reports too that the YouTube has got no sound either. So like I said, I'm trying to work this shit out. This technology, you know, as I told you guys before, this new technology is designed by kids, teenagers, and they don't know what the hell they're doing. So it makes it harder for me to set it up. Anyway, let's see. I mean, I literally have everything set up as far as I can tell, but anyway. Okay, so Modena Wick Trader. So first thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove all the indicators from this chart just because I want to show you guys the Modena Wick Trader in its, you know, in its clear form without anything else on the chart. So let me just do that. Just check the data series over here. We'll load 3 days. I think that'll be more than sufficient for this one. Okay, so going into the strategy, you will see that DTB Modena Wick Trader, and I've done this update to both of the Modena Wick Traders, to the Bollinger one as well, but we'll just start with the standard Modena Wick Trader. There's no update to the actual settings themselves, so you're still able to choose your daily profits, your daily targets. You're still able to choose a trailing drawdown at the strategy level. You're still able to choose your account target, so how much you prepared for your entire account to make, lose, and draw down. You've got all your retracement levels and everything in there, your start times, your end times. All of that is still the same. So if I enable the strategy, you will notice that I've got, just wait for it to load. Let's have a look at what that looks like. Okay, so as soon as you load the strategy up, it's in pause mode. Okay, so at the bottom left, it's going to say strategy, no new positions, press start again. You're also going to notice that these blue lines are going to be listed on the chart. So whenever you see these blue lines, which is the minimum distance, the maximum distance, and the stops and all that, when you see that with the price, it means that you are within trading hours. If you don't see these lines at all on your chart, that means that you're not within trading hours. Now, your trading hours are defined by your start and your end time. Okay, so as soon as I press the start button, you'll see the button's going to go green and that message is going to go away on the left. Now, what's going to happen is the strategy is going to start entering positions based on, obviously, its retracement. So right now, if I just bring this to the center of the screen, we'll see what that looks like a lot clearer. You'll see that the price has, you know, this is the start line, which is the first line that is listed over there. The second line is your minimum distance. So the strategy is only going to start entering positions when it passes the minimum distance, but also when it passes the delay. So if I move this delay, you'll see that the delay is going to move. So that means that the first trade will only enter when the price has passed the delay and will continue entering positions all the way until the maximum enter value. So all within this area, and it's going to trade back in the direction of the baseline with your stops and targets. So all of that is still the same. You're still going to work with that. And obviously you can choose how many entries your strategy is going to be entering. So, you know, we've got it on 3. This is all updated in real time. So you can choose exactly what your maximum entries you want to enter. You can choose how many ticks you want the price to retrace before it enters a position. So that's all the same. Obviously, we covered the delay first trade. Your minimum distance, you know, if you only want to target a very specific area of a candle, you know, that can all be adjusted. Obviously, you can change your maximum distance too. So if you only want to trade within a very small range like this, you can adjust that also. So quite a few little adjustments that you can do. And as I mentioned, if you go into the strategy settings, you will see that all of those values that we just adjusted are actually being adjusted in real time. So all those values are adjusted in real time and they will come into effect immediately. Now, what I've done, before I cover any more on that, I'm going to just cover the value that you are seeing. So you're going to see on the right-hand side, you're going to see a value there and a retracement gap. So whenever it gets to 0, which is the start of the candle, it's going to reset. So right now it's telling us the price is -3, -7, -5 ticks from the start of the candle. Okay. And it's got 9 ticks to go before it enters a position, but the price is still within the area here. So it's not going to enter position. So when you see this value in a range of the minimum enter and the maximum enter after the delay, that value will tell you how many ticks the price has to move before it's going to enter a new trade. So that is what that value specifically means. But once you've played with this for a while, you've traded with this, you'll see what that means. So again, I'm going to just see if I can reduce the place where the trades enter. So I'm going to bring the minimum distance. I'm going to bring the retracement value down. Let's leave that at, about 10 or whatever around there. Okay, let's bring the minimum distance right down. So whenever you adjust this retracement value, it's going to actually reflect in the retracement gap. So as you can see there, it says 53 ticks. So that means, or 53 retrace gap, that means the price has to retrace 53 before it enters a position. And as you can see now, it's saying 53 because it's making new highs. It's going to record the highest number that it reaches, and then it's going to work on that. So if I bring this right down, that value is basically going to be updated. Excuse me. On the next tick. So obviously, as the price moves, the next tick's going to happen. You'll see that value is going to change. There we go. So now it's saying the price has to move 4 ticks before it enters a position. So it's telling us that the price is 7 ticks above the start of the candle. Okay. And it's got 4 ticks to retrace before it enters a position. There it went to 5, there it went to 4. So as the price goes up and down like that, it's basically going to update those values. Now, if you can't see this properly on the right, you just need to go into your properties and change the right side margin. So I've got it on 180. You can make it even 200 if you want. And that'll just, make sure that this text is, visible on the right. So hopefully this will enter a position in a moment. I've got my sim account running, so I'm not concerned about obviously the entry over here. But when this goes back to 0 and the bid and the ask is above where it should be, it will enter a position. So and if it makes a new high, it's going to reset that retracement gap. Okay, so I'll just give this a moment just to enter a position. Hopefully it will in a second. I hope you guys have followed so far. If there's any questions on this, you can pop them in the chat and, I can answer them. I know that the other 2 streaming that I've got out has got no sound, so I'll fix that up later. So this can also be used on a flat and trending baseline. So we'll briefly look at that also. Actually, I might just duplicate this in a new window for a second while that is still busy functioning. Oh, I didn't want to do what I did. I didn't want to duplicate the entire thing. So I'm going to just close what I just did. I want to duplicate just this tab. Okay. Duplicate. in new window is what I want to do. So when you click on something on NinjaTrader, just give it a few seconds just to catch up with what you're trying to do. If you click a lot, as you know, NinjaTrader will crash and shut itself, which you don't really want to happen. Okay, so I've done that. So let's give it a moment to reload. Okay, I'm going to just make this a bit smaller so we can watch the chart on the right. Okay, come on. Come on, why is it struggling? Why is this thing playing hardball with me all of a sudden? There we go. Be very, very, very patient with this software. So go to data series. I'm going to bring up the DTB bars so we can bring that up on the chart. And I'm going to just go a 200, 2, and I'm going to load the last 5 days. I'll take break at end of day off on this one. Okay. So basically what we are seeing now is we are seeing the price on a flat baseline. So that is what that looks like. The price is trading on the flat baseline, and the same thing can happen over here is you can actually add the strategy to this chart, which is the Modena Wick Trader. We'll leave the default settings as they are right now, like this. Now I see that this just formed a new bar before it had the chance to actually do that retracement. So that's a bit unfortunate. So it's basically starting again. So as soon as a new bar forms, these values reset. The minimum distance, is exactly what we selected, what you have in the sliders. So that's all going to continue like that. I just want this one to quickly load up too. And we'll do the same thing. Yeah. So with this, because we're on a new bar, I might as well just do this. So same thing over here. You've got your minimum distance, maximum distance. So this is going to trade the price. When the price forms these wicks, you can choose to, start a strategy and trade the price back to the baseline. Remember I said earlier, you can use a signal chart to be able to choose, do you want to take long trades? Do you want to take short trades? So that can be, settings that you can select while trading the Modena Wick Trader, either on a flat baseline or a trending baseline chart. You can choose your direction. So you've got your long only trades, short only trades, or both directions. So quite a few things you can adjust on that. I just wanted to go back to this chart because I wanted to see what was going on here. Okay, so unfortunately, we're not, the price is not in a position where it's going to be entering a trade yet because it's literally at the cusp of the beginning of the bar. You can also change this to a 15-minute bar. So, I also recommend working with this strategy on a 15-minute bar. So that gives the price a lot more room to move, while you are trading it. Okay. Okay, so while that's busy, doing its thing over there, okay, you've also got the buttons over here. So when you see the button green, obviously it's going to take positions. If you press the start button again, it's going to go orange, which is going to be no new position. So if you are in any open positions, the strategy is not going to exit those positions, but it is going to stop entering new positions. And the moment that you restart the strategy, it's going to reset that retracement gap as well. And then the strategy is going to start entering new positions based on that. So let's just see what happens in the next minute or so. Hopefully we can get, a position entered. Okay, there we go. So you see the price went to zero, the retracement gap went to zero, the strategy entered a position, it put its stop and its target in place. So we've got a stop and a target set up on here. You can see I've got a 200 stop, 25 target. You can obviously adjust these values as you go. You know, they can be adjusted to your target and stop values can be set up there. But now the strategy is going to enter position. Now, like I said before, if you press the start button again, it's going to go orange, and it's going to mean that there's going to be no new position. So no new entries will enter while this position is open, no matter how many of your max entries you've got set up. So, you know, you would use this if your strategy has entered a few positions and you just want to wait to see how those positions play out before you want to commit to more positions. So that's why I added this feature in. So, you know, again, once you're ready for it to start, you can press, you know, start button and it'll continue entering more positions. So a pretty awesome feature. I think that's going to be very helpful for you guys. You can also, while any position is open, you can also choose long only, short only, which means that the strategy will only now enter long positions. It won't enter any short positions. So a long position would be when the price drops below the, you know, the start of the bar, and then it'll enter long positions. So that is that one. Cool. So I'm glad that actually just entered the position because we actually wanted to see that in action. Okay. So pretty self-explanatory. If you guys have been working with the Modena strategy for a while, you'll know that that's, you know, one of the most awesome strategies because you can literally choose when you want to start it, when you want to stop it, when you want to obviously activate it, when you want it to run, if you want to use any of the additional filters that are in retracement level. So pretty awesome. I mean, especially when you're looking at some of the other signal charts and you're deciding your direction bias, what positions you want to enter. Like I said, you know, we got multiple signal charts open. So we at a level now where we got like the 1 hour 50 simple moving average, you've got a 15-minute 200 simple moving average. There's quite a few levels right over here that the price has just broken through. So I'm probably going to see this price. We're probably going to see this price go up. You know, that's what it's basically telling us. So when you're activating your strategy, you can choose your direction of, you know, do you only want to go long? Do you only want to go short? You know, you could be looking at one of the signal charts like this, and you can see that the price has broken through or the price is above all of the, you know, volume breakout markets. So, you know, a lot of things you can do with this strategy. Now, they enter the second position. You know, this looks like a little scalping position. It's going to, you know, exit this when the price retraces in the opposite direction. You know, so it's a pretty cool strategy. It's a strategy designed for when the price is in like a squeeze environment. Okay, so I'm gonna pause that. So if you want any positions to exit, all you need to do is click on the pause button. And this pause button will exit any open positions that the strategy has entered. Okay. I'm just want to see why. Oh, you know what? I think I've got, you see, I've got the strategy paused over here, but I realized I've actually got another strategy on this chart, you see? So I've got to click pause on this one too. So a position entered on this chart and a position entered on this chart. You see one position. And then when you exit a position, it's going to tell you strategy paused if you press the pause button. And it tells you, you know, what the strategy just made, your drawdown, and all the rest. Okay, same with this one over here. Okay, so those are the Modena strategies. Now, what I wanted to cover was our game plan. So I'm gonna go to this workspace, and I'm gonna close this workspace. Okay, so that is our that was our workspace. So when you're running this, when you run the script, you've got everything set up. You can load up your workspace, which is for this week. This is the game plan for the week ahead. So go to workspaces, load up game plan, week of 8 January to 12 January. So this is what we're working on this week. Now, if you go into your internet browser, you'll be able to go into, you've got your game plan link set up. So we've got the Discord channel, which is going to show you the link for this, but this link is in the chat for the Discord. So where is it now? If you go into your Discord chat, if I can find it, where are you? Okay, so here is our Discord chat. And you've got our game plan. So it's obviously only for members. There's your game plan. And this is where I put in all the notes for the game plan. As you can see, we've been very quiet because this is the first week we're officially back. So, review the game plan chat. You get to click on the game plan link. And that's going to bring you to this document here. And it's going to show you what we're doing this week. Now, because this is the first week getting back into things, and the last couple of weeks of data is not going to be very reliable, what I've done is I've actually optimized our templates from the 8th of October to today. So that is what you're going to be seeing on this. Okay. Let's just see what's going on here. See, I don't know what's going on with the stupid YouTube, but anyway. So here is our game plan, 8th of October till today. Just read this document before you get started. And it's pretty much similar to what we had last year, what we worked on. And it's just giving you information on that. So what I've done is I've set up this workspace. So as soon as you load the workspace, you're actually going to see, these three charts. So you're going to have an MNQ chart, an NQ chart, and another MNQ chart. So those are the three charts that I've actually set up this week as part of the game plan. Okay, so it's telling you exactly again, what chart to load a DTB bars 40/40 chart, add your custom range of 8th October to today. Now that's already on that chart. So, if you had to just look at your game plan, your workspace, and you go to data series, you should see those dates already in there. So if they're not there, just add those dates. So copy exactly what the game plan is telling you. So this is giving you very clear instructions on how to set your chart up. Okay, so it's saying, load up an MNQ chart with DTB bars 40/40, load the 8th of October up until today. Okay, so that's your data series. And then it's basically saying, go to your strategies, add the strategy, DTB SI filter. So let's just quickly do that. Okay. Okay. So it's basically saying add strategy. So DTB SI filter, multi-filter, which is that one over there. And it says go add template or add strategy, load the template. So you go template, load. And you go and load template 1 MNQ 40/40, which is this one over here. You load that up. Okay. And you can look through your settings. So once you've loaded up the template, all the settings are going to match, obviously, because it's part of a template. But you can choose to add the indicator to the strategy, which is this one over here, which I've got ticked. It's telling you what hours the strategy is going to trade. It's only going to be trading from 8:55 to 3:50 p.m. And it's got the stop ticks, the target ticks. Now you get to choose which account. Now I've only got the sim account listed over here, but I'm going to run this on my live account today. So I'm going to post those results after the session and at the end of the week, and we'll share them also on next week's call. Apart from that, you've also got the option to choose your account over here for your account daily targets. So you select that. But once you've got that strategy enabled, apply and okay, it's going to give you it's going to look like this. So once you've looked at that indicator, at the chart, you can compare it to the screenshot that I have got over here. So compare it to that. And what I've also done is I've copied and pasted the strategy performance. So if you go strategy performance and you go real time and historical, it's going to show you under the analysis tab. It's going to show you the results over there. Okay. So going over here, you can bring up your game plan and you can check, you can confirm whether your results are matching what your chart is saying. And then when you're happy with all of that and it's matching, then you can obviously close your strategy performance and you can make sure the strategy is started. So it's obviously the greeny start, pause is red, right? So you can click on the start button and make sure that it's automatically going to be green because I've set it up like that. But you know, if your results are not matching or they're not very close to what we are seeing on the document, then don't run that strategy, obviously, because you've got some data corruption. In that case, run the script, clear out NinjaTrader. Even if you have to restore in NinjaTrader, you know, I reinstall NinjaTrader every 3 months. Sometimes it's so badly corrupted that it has to be reinstalled. So I do that, and definitely use the script and use the setup document when you are reinstalling NinjaTrader, because NinjaTrader in its default state, its default installation state is not actually set up correctly. Okay, so I made that very clear in the setup document. So if you just think you're gonna, you know, reinstall NinjaTrader and then run the strategies, it's not going to work because NinjaTrader, like I said, is not set up correctly. The default settings are not set up at all properly. Okay, you have to set it up properly according to the DTB setup document. Okay, so that's the first template. The second template was the NQ. Same thing over there. We've got the NQ chart, 40-40, same date range. There's the chart, you know, there's the historical performance. You match it up. And then I've also got a third chart for the MNQ, which is only going to be trading between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. So it's only trading for 4 hours. Okay, so again, I've got that listed over there. So you want to run that on a different account to your account that you're running the other MNQ on, especially if you're running, you know, the same contract. So you got that. And then I've got an optional one. So I've got an optional strategy here, which is, it's called template number 7. And it's got 4 different trade sizes in it. So it's got trade size 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this strategy enters up to 4 entries. And the first entry is going to be trade size 1. The second entry is trade size 2, trade size 3, trade size 4. So that's what this template is. So again, you can load it up, compare it to your chart. This one obviously has done a lot better, you know, over the period of time because it is entering more positions. And that's the end of the game plan. So, you know, that is what we are going to be looking at. And then once you've got that all set up, you know, you can just make sure that the start button is pressed. Like this is the last one. As you can see, you know, it's trading only between, you know, 8 a.m. and 12 p.m., which is over here. And that's how that thing is working. Okay, so any other templates you want to work with, that'll be great. But you know, these are the ones that I'm going to be running this week. They're part of the game plan for the week. So that's going to be pretty exciting. I'm hoping that we have a good week. Like I said, it's really only the first week that the professionals are getting back to trading. So we probably, you know, I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen. I think we might see a lot more activity this week, or it might be a slow ease into it. It's very unpredictable, actually, the first proper week of trading after a new year. So that's why I've also chosen to only work with a select few templates to get us going. and then we'll go from there. Regarding anything else, we've got our Discord channel. So, thanks to the guys who have been sharing the results in there. So, there's been some good results sharing in there from you running on your strategy. So thanks for that, Ali. I see you posting in there. I see you trading on some performance accounts type of things. You got Christopher that was working on Apex early December. Where else? I saw some more comments in the strategies themselves, a baseline Wick Trader. There's been some good results in there, so thank you for that. This is Christopher, right? Yes. So thanks for sharing your results in there. We've got a few of the other strategies here. Modena Wick Trader. That's the video posted. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of these chats start coming alive now that the new year started. And, keep sharing, keep posting your screenshots in the group results. It's important for the guys to see what is going on, which is awesome. So keep that going. I see there's been some really nice results come through there. Cool. So let's have an awesome year. My goal this year is to make sure everybody kicks ass. Okay. And literally, let me just check something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we've got, my goal this year is to give everybody off from the middle of December to the middle of January next year. I mean, you don't want to be trading during that time, really. I mean, we want to have a whole month off to give us a good break because we can have an amazing year ahead. So let's go from there. Now, any other issues or anything, just pop them in the chat in Discord. I did run the strategy templates using my kinetic connection. So well, it's just to see how they go across when I switch over to my live accounts. Any issues with them, I'm going to update. So if there's any issues with anything on these, okay, it might be a setup issue within NinjaTrader, or it might be something else. But I'm going to run this on my rhythmic connection today, on my CQG connection, and I'm going to check if all these things line up. And if anything is out of whack, I will be updating and just checking it all out. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, yeah, so Christopher and Matthew, yeah, we'll make sure you guys are set up properly for this. You should be, yeah, it should be very close, which is good. Okay, guys, I think we'll leave it there. I'm going to be creating a lot more video content as soon as I can figure out the stupid streaming software. And we'll go from there. But I'm planning on creating a lot of valuable content this year. We're going to completely make DTB traders very visible. And it's going to piss off a lot of people because I'm going to be exposing a lot of the crap that goes on in the business, in the industry. And, we're going to be the leaders. I mean, we are already the leaders. No one has anything even remotely close to what we have with our technology, in our strategies. So, yeah, let's go for it. Okay, guys, have a good one. And I'll switch over to me quickly. So let's kick ass this year, guys. Okay. This is my programming PC setup. I'm at my office at the moment. So yeah, let's kick some ass. Okay, guys, have a good one. And let's play some music to start us to end the call, eh? Okay, guys, have a good one. And as usual, we have to, understand trading, what the risks are. So there we go. Okay, guys, have a good one. Chat soon. All the best.